So why not make money showing the downfall of your relationship, your marriage? You are now not very much together. It's great to show Harry and how he is so not happy at the moment. Let's throw a bunch of money at you to let us see what's going on with you as a couple now. And Harry has to do it. Like, what can he do? He doesn't have anything left that is going to, be the money making opportunity that he really needs. And I think this is the way he's going to go out. He's going to do this. He's going to show his ugly side.
Developing today, Meghan Markle is preparing for her first Kardashian-style reality TV show, despite Hollywood brutally turning on her after a succession of diva-like strops and major commercial flops has made her toxic amongst Hollywood executives. But let me take you through this brand new reporting. Then we're going to get analysis from royal YouTube sensation PDina. But it's Rob Shooter who has broken this news, reporting Meghan and Harry fuel new backlash as sources confirm a reality show is coming soon. And remember, Rob Shooter was the first to reveal the end of the Netflix deal. So he's very tapped into this world in the US, and he writes, the internet rolled its eyes at Meghan Markle's perfectly staged World Series celebration, but insiders tell Shooter Scoop there's a bigger reason the cameras were rolling. A new reality-style series is quietly underway. Sources say the couple has been working on a glossy California sun-drenched project about joy, parenting, and celebrity friendships. Translation, curated chaos. Any moment that looks spontaneous probably isn't, sighs a Hollywood insider. Even Prince Harry's blank, miserable expression in Meghan's viral clip, that's the one where she surprised him after the World Series win, and we're going to come to that later, actually, because Megyn Kelly has just gone off on it, is apparently beloved by producers. They know friction sells, the source reveals. Glam Meghan versus moody Harry is the hook. Executives are thrilled. The couple's first doc became a global hate watch sensation. A sequel could be massive. They want attention. Any attention, whispers one streaming strategist. And PDina, the irony here is it probably is the one series, a traditional Kardashian-style reality series, is, I know this from my own reporting, what Netflix has always wanted from Harry and Meghan.
That's exactly right. This is what they were trying to get them to do in the very beginning. And now that they see that they are not able to bring in the numbers with Megan's With Love crap show, they're going to have to do this now. And it is so cringe. I cannot believe a prince is going to be involved in this, but the take on it really is going to be, like they were saying, the grumpy Harry. Okay, this to me looks like Chris Jenner and Bruce at the time when he started doing the Kardashian show.
When we
That
all
was
knew it
the
was over. We
yes,
all knew it was over. We could all see for ourselves just watching the Kardashians. This is the most dysfunctional relationship, as he slowly
yeah.
morphed into looking much more feminine.
So why not make money showing the downfall of your relationship, your marriage? You are now not very much together. It's great to show Harry and how he is so not happy at the moment. Let's throw a bunch of money at you to let us see what's going on with you as a couple now. And Harry has to do it. Like, what can he do? He doesn't have anything left that is going to, be the money making opportunity that he really needs. And I think this is the way he's going to go out. He's going to do this. He's going to show his ugly side, make money doing it, and it's going to show the downfall of this relationship, because it's definitely a play on what has happened in the past with Kris Jenner and Bruce. I mean, yeah, it's the same thing.
And we know Meghan is completely looking up to the Kardashians, but of course, so much of what she does now, and I do find this quite toxic, PDina, is about, can she convince Harry to come along for the ride when deep down he doesn't want to do this? And there is a certain toxicity to that. But of course, it comes amid these headlines of actually Hollywood executives saying, hell no, we're just not interested. And I wanted to read you Tom Sykes of The Royalist blog on Substack, and his take on this. He reveals how Hollywood soured on Harry and Meghan, saying they have burned through Hollywood goodwill after a series of flops and missteps. Okay, half of you watching this are not subscribed to Dan Wootton Outspoken, and the best way you can support what we do is by hitting that subscribe button. It is completely free, and turn on the notification bell to be alerted to our new episodes. And he writes in a sage analysis, I think, for Harry and Meghan themselves, of course, it's a very different matter. They entered the entertainment business with an astonishing platform. Their arrival promised a merger of royal gravitas and California creativity, a partnership that drew comparisons to the Obama's deal. The couple spoke of compassion, purpose, and uplifting communities through their storytelling. Today, that energy feels completely dissipated. The grand multi-year contract has been quietly renewed as a smaller first look deal, the kind that keeps the door open but lowers expectations. The last thing due to air from Archewell is a Hollywood special for Meghan's show with Love Meghan, expected next week. Meghan came close to conceding in a recent interview that the show won't be renewed when she said she wants to recast her recipes as 2-minute viral snaps. It's unclear how this aligns with Harry's assertion from last week that evil men run social media. Then again, Harry has also made it clear that he would much rather his kids' images weren't posted on social media, but Meghan continues to post them. The trouble is that while the couple's names still guarantee headlines, viewers only seem interested if they can deliver salacious royal gossip. As one Hollywood executive said to me recently, if Harry wanted to do something on Diana or the Hewitt stuff, referring to James Hewitt, that would work. Rumours abound that Harry is considering a documentary about Diana for Netflix slated for 2027. Quite why Harry and Meghan thought they would be skilled TV producers remains a mystery, but the truth is that judging by the results, they are not very good at this tough job. The brand's failure is evident in smaller ways as well. The Sussexes rarely appear at premieres or industry parties. Meghan's As Ever lifestyle brand, despite its partnership with Netflix's consumer division, does not feature in the company's flagship retail cafe. A reminder that synergy only stretches so far. And I think Tom Sykes has been very fair there, PDina, at really explaining the difficulty, but making it clear that Hollywood executives, while they have turned and while they're sick of their behavior, if there is a salacious enough proposition on the table, which a reality TV show certainly would be, especially one involving the children, which we know Meghan wants, Harry doesn't, they'd take it.
Yeah. And I think it's also going to be a compromise. I mean, something's going to happen with the children as well. Like, how are you going to do this kind of a show and not show the children? I think that is what they're going to also put out on the
I
platter.
just
And I
don't
don't
think you
think they're,
can, because like the
yeah,
Kardashians, the thing about the Kardashians, yes, they have full control of their message, right? But my God, there is a certain expectation that nothing is off limits, including their children.
right. Yeah. So I mean, they really have to do it. What else is going to be interesting about Meghan and Harry, being grumpy and like what the conflict that you have as parents? That's going to be interesting. And so you can't have that conflict and not really highlight the children. So, at this point, it looks like Harry has sold his soul to the devil. He has to really compromise everything. And then going out on platforms talking about the ills of social media with children. But here your children are now, it looks like, going to be a part of a reality show. I mean, it's quite just crazy for me to see Harry in this position, because it just is such a far cry for me as an American to see a prince now doing these traditional American things with this very American Kardashian family. You are now becoming that. That to me is just disgusting. I find such disgust in that Harry being anywhere near this, but he kind of has to do it, right? So I just hope that William and the other royals, like, they really find a way to distance formally from Harry, because it can be I think it could hurt the institution, because Harry is still pretty much a part of that. I mean, in a roundabout kind of way. I mean, he is, but there's nothing that has really drawn a fine line between Harry's life in America and who his family is. That needs to happen because this is a step too far.
Indeed. And the thing is, PDina, Americans just totally get it now. I mean, in fairness, Megyn Kelly has always got it. Like, I remember when she told me on my GB News show, so this is years ago now, that she knew via a friend of Trevor Engelson, Meghan's first husband, that Meghan did actually have this mood board where she
Yep.
envisioned the relationship with Harry. But I have to say, one of my favorite moments of the week was when Meghan just destroyed Meghan and Harry for their performative World Series display. I just want to play you a couple of the highlights.
He looked like a hostage there. I mean, you really kind of wanted to have King Charles send in the equivalent of the Navy SEALs into Montecito to go rescue the prince.
Well, Meghan, he didn't know that was going to be released worldwide. He thought he was in his.
That's true.
He thought he was in his own home, just with his kooky wife and her friend, and he didn't have any reason to behave. He must be so pissed right now. Wait, you released that? I had a chance to get up and hug you and go, wow, yeah. But I didn't know we're going to use our home security footage as TikTok. Tell me next time.
She never misses an opportunity to make it about herself.
Totally. And then Megyn Kelly, because she always brings the receipts, was able to prove how Meghan Markle had done that in the past.
She parachuted into Uvalde, where a bunch of children were murdered, and made sure she got caught by those cameras. Then, just a couple weeks ago, caught going past the spot where Princess Diana was so brutally killed in that terrible car crash, with her bare feet swinging in the car without a care in the world and the music playing. Link Lauren calls her a disaster tourist, and she is. And now she peppers it here with, see, there I am. It's all about me and my joy, because I swear I'm authentic. I'm a Californian. I love the Dodgers just like normal people, even though I'm firing, or at least losing, my 10th publicist right now, literally days earlier in the news, because I bully everyone.
Her husband must, if he is not angry as hell right now, and that he even allowed that to come out, is actually troubling, because it didn't make him look particularly good, except that he wasn't part of the hysteria. But to allow your home security footage with you in it to be released publicly by your wife so that she can get a few points as a Dodgers fan, dude, I hate to use the word cucked. I never use the word cucked, but that's cucked.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think we've known that about Harry for quite some time.
PDina, your reaction. But first, let's be honest, finding a doctor who isn't just parroting big pharma talking points, practically impossible these days. But one bold Texas doctor of physical therapy is cutting through the nonsense, revealing 7 powerful reasons why anyone over 50 should be drinking this one overlooked thing daily. And no, it's not milk, not some chalky calcium shake either, don't worry. It's a unique protein your body stops producing as you age, yet it's been shown to dramatically boost bone density, soothe joint pain, and even smooth out wrinkles and cellulite. Users are also seeing thicker hair, stronger nails, and faster results than you'd expect, some in just 2 weeks. And get this, over 5 million jars sold, more than 8,000 5-star reviews, and a 365-day money-back guarantee. That is confidence. So for my listeners, you can get up to 45% off this formula, plus free shipping right now. Just head to trynativepath.com/outspoken.
We have a food industry that knows nothing about health, and a health industry that knows nothing about food, right? And once you really understand that, you can see why we're in the problems that we are. We watch TV and they're feeding us all these foods that are refined and processed and get us sick. And the next commercial is a commercial about a pill that we're supposed to take. The forefront of what we do here at Native Path is we try to get people off the path of what most people are doing is eating that stuff and taking those pills and get them on the path to eating, moving, and living in harmony with their biology. Collagen is, in my opinion, it's the one thing that if you take it, everything else starts to get easier or unnecessary because it's so foundational in the structure of your body. We're deficient in this very important protein that our ancestors got plenty of. So it's a big part of what I say is important when we're aging. You have to have this as part of your diet.
Again, that's trynativepath.com/outspoken. No fluff, just results. Go see what the hype's about. And to watch my full, fascinating interview with the doctor, click on the link in the description box below. But now, back to the show.
Yeah, that is so, to me, it just looks like he's been castrated. He's been castrated. That's what it is. He has lost everything. This man has just made himself look so weak and not really anyone to be taken seriously. If you can't control your wife, like control her, like don't release private footage of me, if that is off the table, then what is? I mean, God knows what this woman will release of you. And what are you going to do about it, Harry? Like, what you going to do? He's not going to do anything. So this man is just sad. He's pathetic. He has no backbone. And any and everything that happens to him, he deserves it because you let it get to this point right now where you allow your wife to release such private images of you and you do absolutely nothing about it. Oh, but go to the press. I'm not happy about it or whatever. Like this man, he gets on my nerves just looking at how weak he is. I don't like it.
I know
It's
he's
wrong.
happy to say in a podcast, PDina, no, parents should not post on social media pictures
Right.
of their children. He's not talking, by the way, he didn't clarify like, oh, it's fine because my wife puts a little star over their cheek or, slightly blurs their face. No. There was absolutely no caveat to his comments, PDina. His comments were clear. You do not post your children on social media. Well, I'm sorry, you are cucked, Harry, because your wife has been doing so since February this year when she was booted out of the Invictus Games because she had made such a spectacle of herself, and the people behind the scenes at Invictus were horrified about how she was stealing all of the attention from the veterans. And she went home and she said, well, F you. And she put up the children for the first time. Remember that moment, Dinah, on social media, and she's never stopped since then. And of course, last week, we actually saw the full face in that pumpkin patch video. But the point being, Harry didn't make that caveat. He didn't say, oh, but it's completely fine if you just blur out their faces or anything. But because he is so cucked, he could only say that to the podcaster, knowing that that would send the message to Meghan. He can't say it to her face.
Yeah, isn't that's just disturbing that you can't have a relationship with your wife or you tell her how you feel? I mean, isn't that one of the cornerstones of like a relationship to communicate with each other? And here you are not communicating your feelings and her going completely against your incentives for children in social media. To me, it is like what Meghan Kelly was saying. This is a hostage situation. If it were reversed, the roles were reversed, we would be saying, yes, this, someone's rescued the prince. This is, I think, so different in our times right now where, Harry is in a position that we would normally fight for if it were a woman. But I see it as being the same thing. Harry is in a position where he needs to be saved and rescued, and his family. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes over in the UK with Harry and the Crown. I just know that they need to be trying to find an exit plan for this man because it is going to bleed over into the Crown if something is not done soon. Because this man is not having any say in anything that this crazy woman is doing.
Which William understands, of course, but Charles doesn't really. And he has been absolutely mired in all of the controversy, PDina, in regards to Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. And indeed, I want to talk about Tina Brown's revelations here. She has written on Substack the inside story on how King Charles pulled the plug on Andrew. And there's some interesting color here, PDina, so let me take you through it, then I'll get your reaction. She writes, Charles, I am told, is not looking to punish his pampered brother to the point he says that he can't cope. He's more aware than anyone that Andrew has been served all his life by a cook, a butler, and a valet who used to accompany him on foreign trade trips, lugging a 6-foot-long ironing board through the lobby of 5-star hotels. Calling Andrew entitled is beside the point. He was raised with no economic purpose, and he now finds himself as a connector to whom no one wants to be connected. I have no idea who he will socialize with, one Norfolk grandee told me. All his friends are Chinese spies. If Charles were not to pay his brother's bills and ensure a certain level of comfort, Andrew would have only his secrets to sell. As the palace spins the aftergame hard to emphasize that the king was driving the Andrew solution all along, the family member most relieved by the outcome is undoubtedly Prince William, who perhaps sooner than he wishes will inherit the family business. It is he who has the most interest in cleaning up the Windsor brand in such unforgiving times. Meanwhile, in sunny Montecito, Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, and his own delusional Duchess are advised to stay very, very quiet, unless they relish the prospect of becoming Mr. and Mrs. Mountbatten Windsor. An insider explains to her there was a forlorn hope that Andrew would do the right thing, but he's never done the right thing. He's always had to be dragged there. They lost time and momentum by giving him a chance to jump before they had to push him. And they say it was the most dramatic act of family discipline since a grandson of Queen Victoria was stripped of his princely title when he chose the wrong side in World War II. But PDina, quite a lot to pick up on there. Perhaps the most interesting is this sort of quiet threat to Harry and Meghan, which is, Charles has shown that this is possible to do now. So if you don't want to lose your titles, then shut up.
Yeah, well, it's kind of hard, I think, for I think Megan to do it because she's so dependent on it as a way to make money. I don't know that she will. I don't think that she really cares. I think she always is going to be in the position of, I will fight if you take anything from me and call you racist. I think it will be very bad for Harry because it will be Meghan against Harry's family. And Harry will be there sitting like somebody who doesn't have a backbone and he needs to decide between his wife and his family. It is going to get really bad. And I think Megan knows that the threat is there, but she at the same time will have something behind her back to retaliate against if they ever try to come near her. I don't think she's fazed by it at all. Now, Harry, on the other hand, I think is, but I don't think Megan, no. She will definitely test the waters with that.
It's an interesting insight into how Charles views these things, though, PDina, because it's a bit like with Harry and Meghan. He could have been more ruthless. He could have punished, and actually, maybe that was the better thing to do. But instead, what he hopes is that he can take a softly approach, sort of keep these people financially solvent and prove that they're not going to turn. But actually, Harry and Meghan turned anyway. The Queen, the late Queen Elizabeth II, and Charles had funded their life, for that interim year between moving and receiving the Netflix deal, funded the security, for example. Yet they still turned. They still went and did that Oprah interview. Personally, based on my discussions with sources close to Andrew PDina, he has no intention of doing that, because he's just made in a different way to Harry and Meghan. And that's why, and people don't necessarily like to hear this, PDina, but that is why Buckingham Palace still view, and certainly Kensington Palace, William and Catherine still view Harry and Meghan as a much more clear and present threat to the British monarchy than they do Andrew and Fergie. Because, Andrew and Fergie are, of course, deeply embarrassing and are not going to go down well in history, but they don't have any desire, PDina, to burn the house down. They don't have any desire to destroy the monarchy. They don't intend to describe it as racist or anything like that. And they want their two daughters, Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie, to keep their titles.
Yes, now that is true for Andrew, but I would have to push back a little bit on Sarah Ferguson because there were talks about Sarah and her children now falling out. Sarah feels like she has to go into exile, um, perhaps maybe to Switzerland, I heard, or Portugal. And there are talks about her maybe even writing a book, a tell all. So, I think, yeah, the king did what he did with Andrew because, yeah, he won't do anything. Andrew won't do anything if he's taken care of. He's funded by the king. But Sarah has not been given the same opportunities as Andrew. She's not even sticking by Andrew anymore. So I think who to worry about would be Sarah at this moment because she feels very hurt and betrayed by all of this, and surprisingly will not even go with Andrew. She's going to be gone because he doesn't have anything else that could help her. So she's kind of doing what we know some Megan would do, right? So yeah, I would be very concerned about Sarah. But yeah, Andrew, no, I wouldn't be concerned. He's going to be taken care of, and that's a good thing because he would have a lot to say.
Oh, yes, he would. Oh, yes, he would. PDina, Royal YouTube sensation. Thank you so much. And of course, for all the best royal analysis, make sure you subscribe to PDina on YouTube. But we always love having you as part of Outspoken, PDina. And if you want much more from Outspoken, our Royal Uncancelled After Show, twice the length of what you've just seen or listened to, runs every single weekday, Monday to Friday. You can get it live or on demand with no advertising whatsoever. And a lot of people love that. If you become a paid monthly or annual subscriber to my Substack, the way to sign up is at www.outspoken.live. If you don't know about Substack, let me tell you, it is a free speech platform. That's what's so important. So I'm protected there from big tech cancellation. They back me up when it comes to lawfare from nefarious figures like Prince Harry. So a lot of people say, what's the best way that I can support what you do on Outspoken? I love your content and I'm so grateful for that. And I'm so grateful for your support. The best thing you can do is sign up to support me at Substack. That address again, www.outspoken.live. And of course, I completely understand times are tough. You can also subscribe completely for free too. So please do join me there and have an amazing weekend.
Thank you so much for watching Dan Wootton Outspoken. Please click on my face just to the bottom left to subscribe to this brand new independent news source and turn on the notification bell so you'll be alerted to our brand new live shows, uncancelled interviews, and special royal episodes. Outspoken is also now available as a podcast, so you can listen to the show every weekday on the go, wherever you are.